Okay, so here we're going to talk about matter and changes of state. A change of state occurs when the particles of a substance gain or lose energy. The most common form of matter in our universe exists as a fluid state called a plasma, which is a gas-like mixture of positively and negatively charged particles, and it is often considered to be the fourth state of matter. Plasma, if it could be controlled, could be used as a rocket fuel. But the standard changes of state that we think about are gas, liquid, and solid, where to go from a gas to a liquid, you condense. To go from a liquid to a gas, you use vaporization. Solid to liquid is melting or fusion, and liquid to a solid is called freezing or solidification. Going from a solid to a gas in either way is called sublimation, and it's because it's a very quick process. So it has actually just one term for both types of changes. Morphing, though, is a special film effect that mimics the changes that we see in the states of matter. So in the movie like Terminator 2, the policeman morphs into a liquid form, and that's just kind of putting our ideas into this vision that we have. Okay, we have a classification of matter. So all matter is classified either as pure substances or mixtures. Pure substances contain only one type of particle, and they can exist in three states of matter, so a solid, a liquid, or a gas. Okay, there are two types of pure substances. We have elements and compounds. For example, elements are iron, gold, and oxygen, and they cannot be broken down anymore. An elemental particle is an elemental particle, and that's all it is. Whereas compounds, for example, which are water and salt and sugar, can be broken down into their elemental particles. So though they are a particle in and of themselves, they can still be broken down. We also have mixtures, which contain two or more pure substances. A homogeneous, those are solutions. They appear to be one substance, and the particles of different substances are intermingled. So, for example, we have vinegar and clean air. So, they have more than one pure substance in them, but you can't tell that they have that, and they have their own types of what's the word? They have their own characteristics, okay? Whereas a heterogeneous mixture, which is a mechanical mixture, has two or more parts that can be seen. Different types of particles will stay together. So, for example, we have soil, blood, and concrete. They have different types of pure substances within them, and they are easily distinguished with the naked eye and have their own properties. So if we're going to look here at pure substance, so elements and compounds, all pure substances have their own unique set of properties or characteristics. So examples there are diamond, gold, hydrogen, oxygen, mercury, those are just to name a few, and all of those happen to be elements. Alright, so an element is a chemical substance that is made up of a particular type of atom and cannot be broken down or transformed by a chemical reaction into a different element. An element is an element. It's like the most finite type of particle. Compounds, though, contain two or more elements combined into one pure substance through a chemical reaction, and it is then called a compound. A pure chemical compound is a chemical substance that is composed of a particular set of molecules. And a common example of this is pure water. It has the same properties and has the same ratio of hydrogen to oxygen. Whereas other common compounds to be considered pure substances include salt, sugar, and aspirin. So the most important thing to think about here is that a compound is formed of elements, but compounds have their own set of characteristics, and you can't distinguish between the two. Next, we're going to talk about mixtures.